We're back. The international break is behind us. I don't care if you have the PS5. I really don't. Turn it off, okay? And the kids should be in bed. This is unPUNDITRY. With me, as always, is Stuart.
Hello.
I'm Lucas. You know me. We are previewing Game Week 9. I always seem to get those two mixed up. It's my only job. Game Week 9 preview. The first game, we've got Newcastle versus Chelsea. Chelsea look like they're going to dominate this game. They're going to keep the ball. They're going to have the majority of the ball. They're going to create all the chances. I really can't see Newcastle winning this one. Newcastle do have to be a bit more positive than they have been throughout the season if they want to compete. But I just really don't see Newcastle doing much in this game. I'm going to go Chelsea 3-0.
Same game multi. I've gone a draw. Newcastle have done really well the past seven. I think it's past 7 games. They've only lost one again, and that was against Southampton. But you have Wilson probably playing. If he doesn't, I've gone Alain Saint Maximum anytime goal scorer, and I've gone yes to both teams to score. You've got Kai Havertz out. He's a big part of Chelsea, and I just don't see it'll be like a 1-1. Honestly, it's not much to go off. Newcastle aren't that creative. Chelsea, Werner, it's very much a nothing game for me. 1-1. On to the next one.
Wow. Fair enough. Okay. We've got Villa versus Brighton in the next game. I think this is going to be a really entertaining game. Both teams like to attack, like to stay on the front foot. I think Villa still have a few players in form, even though their team has slipped a little bit. Grealish is still playing really well, and Barkley has been blossoming at his new role at Aston Villa. I think Brighton desperate for some points on the board. They've been unlucky, as we've always been saying. I think they can win this game. It's going to be really, really difficult, though. I think Bissouma needs to dictate the play for Brighton. I think he needs to feed their wingers, and Brighton need to stop Grealish from getting on the ball, especially isolated. They need to really put pressure on his first touch. I think Villa are still going to win this one. I'm going 3-1.
Same game multi. I've gone Villa to win over 2.5 goals and both teams to score. Yes, Brighton's way too attacking, and the data behind Brighton on the front foot is phenomenal. They just are not putting away their chances. They'll probably play Welbeck again. Malpai will retain his spot. I think Trossard is out, but Solly March comes back into the side. Really good left wing back, pushes up very high. But it will be a goal fest, and I reckon Villa does it on the day. On to the next one.
Next one, we've got the big game of the week. We've got Spurs versus City. I think City have got their starting four at the back sorted. I think they're going to go with, who was it? Walker, Laporte, Diaz, and Cancelo. I think that's the back four that they're going to continue throughout the season. Probably their strongest. I think Sterling is in doubt. He might play, but I don't think he'll play. I think they'll rest him. Ferran Torres scored a hat-trick for Spain against Germany in the international break. I think he's going to be rewarded with a start, and he should start. Also, I think for Spurs, Doherty is out, so I think Aurier is going to play, which might be a bit of a target area for City defensively, and perhaps Lucas Moura will start ahead of Bale, maybe giving a bit more support to Aurier defensively with his work rate. But I'm going with a Mourinho win. I think I really think Spurs are going to win this. I think I'm going 2-1. I'm going to risk it.
Right back with you, mate. Tottenham to win this one. I've gone Harry Kane, anytime goal scorer. And I do think both teams to score. Pretty much everything I would have said. You've said it. Doherty's out, but Aurier comes in. It'll be a bit more attacking for Spurs, going up forward, pushing on that right flank. Spurs, this just seems like a game that they should be winning. City don't have Aguero. They're playing Bernardo in the wrong role. I think Sterling's not going to play. It's Tottenham's for the taking. On to the next one.
Manchester United versus West Brom. I'd love to see an upset in this one. I'd love to see United fans get worked up, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think Bruno is really going to pull the strings this game. West Brom have been a bit shit. It's a shame. I think United are going to concede a goal, but I think they're going to score more. It's going to be 3-1 to United.
Same game multi. I've done it. I've gone West Brom win. I think it's it's United are so fucking unpredictable. So unpredictable. They have no consistency whatsoever. They completely outclassed Everton last week or last match week, and deservedly won. But they'll play West Brom, someone like that, and then they'll lose 3-0. Both teams score yes, and I have gone Anthony Martial with one or more shot on target. Will it be convincing win? I don't really know. This is just one of those games where it's like I'm banking on the upset. On to the next one.
Next one, Fulham versus Everton. I think Alan and Richarlison are back for Everton, which may recoup some lost confidence that their sides had the last few game weeks. They're playing a bit of an underwhelming Fulham side, but the form that Everton's been in, I think Fulham can create some chances this game. They can blossom. They have the players to do so. They just haven't utilised it very well. They have to take their chances this game. I still think Everton are going to come out trumps. I'm going for a safe 1-0 win for Everton.
1-0, God. Oh, this has all Everton win written all over it. Same game multi. I've gone Everton win over 2.5 goals. Richarlison completely changes that side going forward. Digne will be able to cross it in. The Digne and Richarlison partnership on that left side is much better and more effective than that of Bernard or Iwobi. So they're going back, and you have to look at the form that Everton were in when Richarlison was in, and they were just banging in goals every. It was, 4-0 against West Brom, or 4-1 or 4-2. But they're terrible defensively, so it's gonna be a goal fest. I think like 3-1, 4-1, 5-1. And then I have James Rodriguez players to have, and then James Rodriguez play to have one or more shot on target. Has been underwhelming the past 2 game weeks. I reckon he comes back out strong with the full lineup back in play. On to the next one.
The full Monty for Everton. Next game, Sheffield versus West Ham. I think it's going to be a bit of a different approach for West Ham this week. Ogbona's out. I think Yarmolenko got COVID. Antonio's struggling to be fit. So it's going to be a bit of a change, a bit of a rattle up for West Ham, who have looked good. They've put in some really good performances at the start of the season, and it's been a bit of a shock to some people. So I think they're going to dominate this game. I think they'll keep most of the ball. Big news out of Sheffield, though. Sander Berger, who I rate, is great at that pivot role in the midfield. I think he may have to self-isolate. I think his Norwegian teammate tested positive for COVID, so I'm not sure if he's in doubt or if he's in contention. He's been looking really good in the midfield. For Sheffield, I won't be surprised if someone in the mid-table or maybe upper table comes in to swoop for him. I think he's great. He's a very good midfielder. In saying that, it's a pretty obvious outcome, I think. I think West Ham are going to win. I'm going to go 2-0.
So I'm going multi. West Ham win. You take Sanderberg out of that Sheffield midfield, it's going to be a riot. West Ham's looking very much in form, especially with the wingers and going down on the flanks. Kufal and Masuaku, especially. This could say I haven't gone Bowen anything, but I reckon Bowen shows up this week. No, both teams to score. It'll be like a 1-0, 2-0, 3-0 West Ham, and Ollie McBurney to have one or more shots on target. One of those like legs that you'd hope would come off. Him and his big fat head getting on an aerial, put one next to the net. On to the next one.
Next one, Leeds versus Arsenal. I can really see Leeds winning this one. I really want them to win this one. There's potential there for Arsenal. I think if they can play quick, exploit those spaces that the wing-backs will provide for Arsenal. They can score some goals. I don't know if they'll play Aubameyang on the wing. They probably will. But if he's got some space and is isolated, he can cause problems. I'm still confident in him. I know you are. You're going to back him every week, and he's still in my fantasy side because he will score goals. But I don't know. I really see Leeds winning this one. I really do. I just feel like it's going to be a shock. It's going to be one of those games that Arsenal fails to perform, I think, again. So I'm going to go 2-1 to Leeds.
Phillips is probably back in the side after that shoulder injury. Bielsa said in the week that he's going to come back into that if he does play, and I think he should. But that changes the Leeds dynamic a bit, strengthens up that midfield like he did earlier on in the season, and creates a bit more attacking options. However, I do have an Arsenal win. I have Aubameyang anytime goal scorer. Hopefully, just play him in the middle. That's literally it. Drop Lacazette. All the shot chances, all the chances created are going to Lacazette, and he's literally squandering all of them. The Tierney could have had 2 assists in 2 game weeks through immense crosses, and Lacazette's effed both of them. And then Bamford to have 1 or more shots on target. Front 3 should be left wing, Saka, striker, Aubameyang, right wing, Pepe. Play it. It's just so simple. On to the next one.
Next one, Liverpool versus Leicester. More injury worries for Klopp. We've got Henderson out, Trent's out, Gomez, Salah obviously out as well.
Robertson out?
Thiago might be back. No, Robertson? No,
No.
is he out as well? No, he's in contention. He'll start. If he's in contention, he'll start. He has to. Bit of a makeshift defense from Liverpool. It has worked. They haven't conceded that many goals, I think, since Van Dijk's been out. However, I think Leicester can really win. I think they can. I think Vardy's going to cause them a lot of problems, and I really think the way they play, Leicester really quick. They can exploit Liverpool, that high line. Vardy is an expert at exploiting that high line. It's going to be tight the whole way through. VAR is going to interfere again. Leicester are going to pivot 3-2. It's going to be some jammy goal at the end, last minute, I reckon.
I've gone draw. One of those things, it will be like 1-1, 2-2. Liverpool do and always will have that attacking threat, same with Leicester, but defensively Liverpool's a bit now with no Trent. Phillips will come in. It's just all over the place, but Klopp will get the done on the day. Diego Jota, anytime goal scorer, and I have Jamie Vardy, anytime goal scorer. Jota, he's so in form. He's playing well pretty much every time he gets on, whether it be 20 minutes or 70 minutes. And Jamie Vardy, you just really can't look past him. On to the next one.
Next one, Burnley versus Crystal Palace. I'm not convinced with Burnley. However, I think if they're going to show how they can play, it's going to be this week. I think they can hold on to the ball for a bit longer this week. Palace do like to sit back. It's going to be pretty tight in possession-wise, I think. They'll allow Burnley to attack, but I seriously think that Townsend, Zaha, Ayew up front, maybe Eze is going to start. They might interchange. I don't know if Eze will start or not. But I think that front 3 is going to be difficult for Burnley to handle. If they're in form, if Zaha is in form, he's a bit inconsistent. However, he's still elite. And I think he's going to cause riot. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be 2-1 to Palace.
No. Burnley to win. Chris Wood, anytime goal scorer.
No.
And I've gone under 2.5 goals. Both teams are so shit going forward. Eze, last week. Okay, well, how many goals has Burnley scored in the past 10 game weeks?
I'm not talking about Burnley. They're
Yeah,
shit.
I know. Okay. Crystal
about
Palace scored 2 free kicks. That was it.
Doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. Because it
If
shows
you-
that
no,
they
if you watch the
can't play
games-
open play. They can't
No,
score.
if you watch the games.
I do.
No, Palace have good going forward.
And how many goals have they scored from that? Hardly any.
Doesn't matter.
It does matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
It does matter.
It's the performance that matters. The chances will come.
No. Not even
Yes,
remotely.
they
Look at Brighton.
What about Brighton?
Literally, you call them unlucky, and they have arguably the most attacking team in the Premier League that aren't.
Yeah.
That aren't.
What's that got to do?
You're saying the same thing.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying that Palace are unlucky.
You're saying, oh, they're so good, but they're not scoring. But I'm like, well, look at Brighton.
No, I'm not saying that Palace are unlucky.
What are you saying? You're
No.
saying Palace are good.
I'm saying that.
So therefore, Brighton's
I'm
good.
saying that Palace are. No, Brighton is good. I'm saying Palace. No, you're completely not understanding me. If you want me to explain it later, I will. But you're not.
All right,
understanding
I've gone. Yeah, Burnley, Chris Wood, under 2.5 goals. I'm so not convinced with Palace going forward. I do think Hodgins is getting sacked first. Eze,
I hope he does. I hope he does too. I want to see Palace do something.
He's a good signing. I'll pay him. He's got a very high ceiling of what he can be. He just hasn't shown much yet. He takes all set pieces. He takes corners, but he's literally doing nothing in open play. Zaha, you know my thoughts about him already. On to the next one.
Next one, last game of the week, Wolves versus Southampton. This could really go either way. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. Perhaps Wolves at home might have an advantage, but there's no crowd. Maybe the familiarity of the stadium could be a bit of an advantage. Southampton have been playing really well. I like to see Ward-Prowse continue his hot form. I like his free kicks. His technique's great. No Ings again, but Southampton proved without him they can still get jiggy with it. They can still dance. They're good. I'm going with a safe 1-1 draw.
I've gone same game multi. I've gone Southampton win. I really back Che Adams. He really showed up the week before. Scored one. I think it was ruled offside, but they are still performing without Ings. I've gone under 2.5 goals. Wolves, they're the same team every week. They'll score one, maybe score two. It'll be Raul Jimenez. But I've got Che Adams anytime a goal scorer. What's interesting for me is do they bring back Moutinho into the side for, as he had an unreal game for Portugal and has seen limited minutes on the Wolves starting lineup. So I reckon they bring him back in and does well for them, but Southampton wins at the end of the day.
I think maybe in a game that Wolves can dominate a bit more and have more of the ball, I think Moutinho would be good. But what is he, 34?
Yeah, he still's got it.
34, 35. He's still
played
good.
Well.
I need to watch more of Portugal's games. Clearly. Anyway, that concludes Game Week 9 preview. We'll see how we go in the review show next week. Hope you have a nice weekend. See you later.